Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Pinchy08 here. I just want to say I'm very sorry for once again for another long absence. My life has really been upside down because of the fact that my grandfather has made my grandmother live here. And so yeah, she came back, as said in another video, that it's official, she's now living here for a while. My grandmother and grandfather have gone through legal separation, so pretty soon it's a possibility that we're gonna create like an apartment over in my garage area, so that way she'll live down there eventually. I don't know when the planning or any of that stuff is gonna take place, but I'm just glad that my grandmother is living here happily, not having to deal with my abusive grandfather. But let's get to the star of the show. Still, I do apologize for the long absence. I'm going to do whatever I can to make up for it. So anyway, what we are looking at here are 4 new airplanes. We've got 2 JetBlues here by Skymarks. We also got 2 1400 American planes, including the official GeminiJets Bombardier RJ900 American Eagle. And also this one came out of nowhere suddenly, and that would be the American A321 in the amazing US Airways Heritage livery. We'll look at these two last, but first, we're going to look at my very first JetBlue models made by Skymarks in 1 in 100 scale and 1 in 1/50th scale. Normally the largest scale I had for JetBlue models was in a 1 in 200 scale by GeminiJets, and I am planning to get another GeminiJets 1 to 200 scale model of the A321neo with the balloons tail to add to the collection, as well as hopefully the high-rise tail. Don't mind that sound, that was my Echo Dot notifying me if anything arrived. So anyway, we're going to look here at the 2 JetBlues over here. These do have yet to come out in the smaller scale. So I think to start off here, we're going to look here at the amazing A220-300. So as you can see, when it comes to 1 in 100 scale, this is actually a lot bigger than 1 in 1/50th scale. When I first received this, believe it or not, this and the A321neo LR, it's been in my possession for quite a long time. Believe me, when I saw how big this was for 1 in 100 scale, I was shocked. This thing is awesome. It's huge and everything like that. I can't wait to try to get more 1 in 100 models, probably by that line Skymarks Supreme that have the landing gear and the wooden stand and all. But the reason, as you can see, why I got the A220 and the A321 LR is because these do have yet to be released in 1/400 scale. Of course, Herpa is working on a 1/500th model of the A220. At first, it was expected last month in July 1st, but now it got pushed back to November, so hopefully it comes out a little sooner than that. But to get started, we are looking here at the 1 in 100 scale A220-300, and it is modeled after registration number November 3044 Juliet, and the name on the aircraft would say Drawing of a Blue Error. In fact, I've found about 3 or probably 4 of these A220s that are officially now in service, although this was not the first one that entered service. The first one had the registration number November 3008 Juliet, and I forget what the name of that aircraft is, but it made the JetBlue debut, and as of now, all 3 or 4 A220s, they only are currently doing flights between Boston as well as Fort Lauderdale and Tampa. And this model registration number and name takes no exception, so let's take more closer looks over here. So you got your L1 boarding door over here, along with the Fly-Fi logo, and I don't know what that says right down below, But other than that, it's very beautiful exterior-wise. And you can see the big JetBlue engine over here. It's very, very pretty over here. And I'm glad it says JetBlue on the outside and the inside of the engine. This is the current tail fin you'll find on all of JetBlue's A220s, the Hops tail. And plus you got the Hops livery on the winglet on both the inside and the outside of the winglet. Actually, the outside is just a plain blue, but the inside definitely has the Hops livery. So yeah, what else can I say? This is a beautiful airplane. And I gotta tell you, I'm still, to this day, very shocked at how big 1 in 100 scale is. This is one of these plastic models that comes unassembled, and then I would put it back together. I'll put it together once I receive it. Man, this thing is awesome. And I love the detail on the fan blades, and of course the fan blades actually do spin if you blow into them, but I'm not going to attempt to do it while my face is right behind a camera. But other than that, I love the detail on this thing. So I'd say this is a pretty good start for my first JetBlue A220 in my collection. Hopefully one gets made in 1/400th, hopefully by GeminiJets, because they've done the Delta A220 100 and 300, so hopefully JetBlue's is next. But I'm guessing they're currently waiting until even more of them come out. Alright, the next JetBlue Skymarks model, we're now shrinking down to 1 in 1/50th scale, would be none other than the A321LR, in which this is basically still an A321neo. In fact, there are two kinds of these neos. One of them has this tail fin, which is called the streamer's tail fin, and another one has what's called a ribbon's tail fin, except the difference is that the ribbon's tail fin is basically an A321neo that has the mint configuration in it, but currently the first two of these is doing flights that are transcontinental between New York JFK and LAX. But the cool thing here about the LR version of the A321neo in the mint configuration is that they've been doing test flights, especially with this registration number, November 4048 Juliet. They've been doing test flights to see how it'll perform for a transatlantic flight, like from New York JFK to London Heathrow, because they were expecting to do that. So far, the tests have come out pretty good, and I can't wait until JetBlue does that. I would definitely be sure to try out the JetBlue A321neo LR Mint class for a flight from New York to London. And so, due to the fact that this is a mint plane, as you can see, that's why if you look over there, exterior-wise, this is how we know it's a mint plane, because if you look by the name, allow me to mintroduce myself, it has that mint logo. So that's how I know it's a mint plane. And of course, you got the Fly-Fi livery on the L1 boarding door. Engines look very neat. And since this is a smaller scale model, the fan blades on the engines, they do not spin. That's okay with me. They also have the streamer's tail painted on the inside of the sharklet. But on the outside, it's just blue, which is fine with me. But other than that, that streamer's tail is just beautiful. And I know that GeminiJets and NG models can definitely pull this off in 1/400 scale, as well as Herpa in 1/500 scale. I know they'll be able to pull this off very, very easily, but if this is the only scale I can get it, that's why I've got it. And I gotta say, they're just very, very excellent. So due to the fact that these are my very first JetBlue Skymarks aircraft models like that, this part of the video shout out is going to my friend Pan Am 006 because he's always done Skymarks planes, and he does have JetBlue models for sure. The only ones he's got is an A320 high-rise. Of course, with the A320s and 1/150 scale, they do have the liveries, especially Sharklets, but no registration and no name, because the truth is JetBlue does have duplicates of that same tail fin and all. Of course, they did come with the A321, the regular one, with the caption bigger, brighter, bluer. And then there were E190s. One of them could also be seen in 1/100 scale. It's in the blueberries tail, and the caption on the aircraft is called Blue Jean Babe. It is supposed to be blueberries, but I found out in reality now it's a high-rise tail. So anyway, if you're watching this Pan Am 006, this is just for you. I hope you get these planes soon in Skymarks. They're just absolutely outstanding. Alright, well, we're going to scale back down to 1 to 400 scale, as we now have 2 American Airlines planes to look at. And the reason why I find it's okay to do it with JetBlue planes is because, in case some of you don't know, American and JetBlue are also partnered up with each other. So I think the first one we're going to take a look at here will be the very, very relatively brand new release of the American Eagle RJ900. And so far I've only got one of these. And this will definitely, without a doubt, do for my Jacksonville airport updates. And the customer I got this from Canada, actually kind of helped out with the tail design. With the stabilizer tails on the top, which is why we call this the T-tail plane. So far, looking through here, it looks very excellent. And I think I can unbox this with one hand. Oops, almost did some ripping. Oh, hate when I bump into the camera. So, yeah, very well done job here on the cradle. I'll just leave that over here. And then I'll put the cradle back together and back in the box. So excuse the obstructions. I'll just leave it like that. Alright, and here it is, our 1 to 400 scale American Eagle RJ900. I'll just hold it in my hands the whole time. So, yeah, a lot like the Delta one, you can see the landing gears are like practically still closer to each other, but somehow quite miraculously the T-tail stabilizers are not pointing up in that V pattern like the Delta Connection one does. I'm guessing the person who received it in his Canadian warehouse probably may have managed to find a way to put them to the way they're supposed to look. They are supposed to be pointing a little bit more downwards, but whatever anybody did, it looks good. And also, as expected, when you look at the winglets of these aircrafts, you'll notice that they're actually more of a bare metal color. I don't know why, but it's not picking it up properly. I'll just lay this over here for a better view. So yeah, you can see, you may not notice it, but the winglet on these planes are actually sort of a bare metal. It's either that they were not painted or probably just painted more of a lighter chrome, or a reflective chrome. You can probably see it very well reflecting like that off of my top light like that. So yeah, kind of weird. But we get what we get. What else can I say? And now for the Aeroclassics A321, the American US Airways Heritage. I gotta tell you, this one came out of nowhere. There were also supposed to be the Heritage A319s that were formerly US Airways and now American, with the America West Heritage, Allegheny, Piedmont, and PSA. But those are pretty much long gone. But I had to get the U.S. Airways Heritage because we all know U.S. Airways definitely was my favorite airlines until that dumb American Airlines decided to keep their name rather than U.S. Airways. But I think American has definitely been here in service a lot longer than U.S. Airways, so I guess that's why they wanted to keep American's name. This one's having a little bit of a harder time getting out of the cradle. Or better yet, the cradle is hard to open with one hand. So just bear with me. It's just about out of its package. Got to free it from its foam and all that soft plastic to protect it from the hard plastic. So we'll just have to look at it like this. So yeah, it's basically a former U.S. Airways A321 with the U.S. Airways title painted with the American title. And I gotta tell you, this is, for an Aeroclassics model, very, very good looking. Kind of compared almost to the GeminiJets Gen 1 models, how they never came with the antennas and the aerials like that. So yeah, this is a very, very good looking model. The registration number of this aircraft, if you can read this correctly, is November 578 UW. I actually have been tracking this plane on my Flight Radar 24 app because this thing is awesome. It's awesome that they decided to keep that American decided to keep one of the planes painted in U.S. Airways paint schemes like that. This was from the post-America West merger. Yeah, these colors were cool, but I kind of preferred the dark blue livery, but we got what we got. And yeah, man, I don't know why these girls or boys can't still be around like that. These were the glory days of travel like that. These were really how it was meant to be. Now they've all been painted over with the regular American livery, so I don't know what to say. I've just been very, very sad to say farewell to my boys like that. But it really cheers me up that they still have one painted like this, just with the American title like that. And I'm surprised that user CLT Aviation 13 decided not to get this because it would have looked good in his collection. But I think he did say in his latest unboxing video that he'd rather wait probably until Gemini or NG comes out with this mold. If they do, I probably will get those molds to find out who does better, either Aeroclassics or Gemini or NG. But other than that, here you have it, my 4 airplanes to look at. 2 with American and 2 with JetBlue. My first JetBlue by Skymarks, and my very first American U.S. Airways Heritage, and my first American RJ900, formerly a U.S. Airways RJ900. So, thank you very much for watching. Once again, I apologize for my absence on YouTube. I do plan to do whatever I can to bring the airport updates back, as well as the Monster Jam sign-up series. And when that happens, I'm going to throw a lot of different categories in for sign-up series. So thank you for watching. Until next time, this is Cameron at Pinchy08, signing and pinching out. Take care.